Hello everyone, this is Sebastian, and here are my projects for my brand box. We're gonna start with my zine, and then we're gonna move on to my self-evaluation, separator, packaging, and finally my vinyl packaging. Starting off with my type specimen zine, I've created a distinct slab serif font that is mainly used for display. There's a heavy implication that this font is inspired mostly from my dialects, Sundanese. The slab directed to words one way is a distinct feature of Naksara Sunda, my dialect. The curves that somewhat resembles a speech bubble is both inspired by a traditional weapon that my people once wielded in history called kujang, and it doubles as a very stereotypical expectation of any tourist and neighboring hometowns would assume of us for being approachable and talkative. The zine's layout and theme is inspired by vintage Indonesian posters and labels. I find it appropriate since the font itself carries the historical culture of my people, while still showing a hint of modernism and progress with the calculated and uniform squarish look. Hence the usage of RGB-esque bright colors resembling the modern media. The zine also showcases my font in action. All the graphics and elements that are in the zine are purely based off of my own font. What I would have done differently for this type specimen zine is that I would have done it with risography, where I will be able to use the fluorescent pink so that the colors can pop even more. This leaflet contains my self-evaluation and reflection of the project that I have done so far, what I struggled with, what I found easiest to do, and what I wish to change. I've learned a lot about appropriate communication to audiences, and the hows and whys of brands' execution of their directions. This is what I would like to call the separator. It just separates my box into two sections. The word "Who on earth is Roy" is written all over it, since this brand is the reflection of a fraction of my identity. Next is my self-care packaging. Introducing Sabbath, a soap bar inspired by the Christian and Catholic background. It is a wordplay between my middle name Sebastian and Bath. Unlike the bright, minimalistic, clean aesthetic that dominates the skincare market, Sabbath leans into a solemnity of ritual. I used heavy black leathering and traditional religious symbols, like the cross and the arch window, to frame the act of washing as something more than a chore. It works because it treats self-care as a sacred ceremony rather than a commercial routine. By using these deep gothic textures, the packaging stands out on a shelf as a modern relic, appealing to anyone who finds beauty in the mysterious and the ancestral. Finally, my last collateral is my vinyl packaging. This is for the album of my choice, The New Sound by Jordy Grip, an ex-member of a band called Black Midi. There are three caricatures that I've created. The monkey is meant to resemble the main character that Grip's songs talk about. He is also inspired by Grip's affinity to ape, monkeys, and orangutans. The rabbit is Felix, Grip's cellist. The pug is Morgan, Grip's drummer. My vinyl record stickers are these mischievous characters together rotating in a circle, a reference to the womanizer that the song talks about, where the man keeps on repeating the same toxic cycle in trying to seduce a woman, yet to only push them away. There are a few graphic elements seen, such as the monkey's half-cut body, which is a nod to the current and real vinyl cover of the New Sound album. In an interview, Grip mentioned how he loves the art style of his cover due to it being a mix of beauty and perversion, which I attempted to replicate. With the target audience for his music being people that likes alternative genres with a mix between jazz and city pop-like songs, I think this direction is appropriate. The colors used for these illustrations are similar to the original cover album, imitating a Japanese-esque city pop feel. The QR code is a little gift for Grip's audience, an AR animation that comes alive with just a scan. This is to further outline the distinctive style Grip has and to increase engagement with his audience.